that little disc is a plate of silica made out of sand. That is 300 processors before they've been cut and put inside of the processing housing.
Wow.
So that is a whole bunch of i3 processors. That's probably the most valuable thing in this building. Depending on if it's the i3 or the i5, they haven't told me if it's the i3 or the i5 model that they sent me yet. If it's i5s, then that guy is $28,000. If it is i3s, then it is $22,000.
What do you use it for?
Well, absolutely nothing right now. That's just the processor before it's been cut. So when they make processors, they don't actually build them, they print them. A lot like with a 3D printer. So they take the silica and they print the transistors directly into the silica itself, into the plate, and then they have a precision laser cut this up. The edge pieces are recycled, just remelted down and reprinted, whereas the center pieces are put inside of a little metal box with a whole bunch of little pins on the bottom, and that runs your computer. That's 300 brains of computers right there.
Wow.
And I love the little information that they give you. This processing wafer right here, 10 years ago, would have only had a couple of processors on it. They've been able to make it smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper because of that. But if you read here, so did you know that a silicon wafer can contain up to 420 billion transistors?
I can't even fathom.
420 billion transistors on one of these. And if the height of a skateboarder's ollie improved at the same time rate as the processing power over 20 years, he'd be able to easily clear the Empire State Building.
It's incredible.
That's how far we've come. In fact, this right here, this nice little phone, has more processing power. Even your phone has more processing power than the navigation computer that put men on the Apollo 11 spacecraft had less power than that phone.
It's amazing.
Then here I just show off all the nice little things that Intel has helped develop as far as computers and the ease of use on computers. I mean, it used to be to have a desktop, you needed a tower, a monitor, 1,000 cords, and a whole bunch of space. That right there is as powerful as most of the desktops that I have over there. Core i5 processor, 8 gigs of RAM, 1,000 gigabytes of storage space. But it's all just one little thin tablet. It's even got kickstands, feet that'll let you lay it flat like a tablet. 1080p screen, 19.5 inches, all for about $1,000. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous what they've been able to do with the computers. This right here is probably one of my all-time favorite computers. We were supposed to get the Yoga Pro 2, but the Yoga Pro 3 came out in time that they actually were able to get me a Yoga Pro 3. So this is Lenovo's new little Yoga computer, and what's special about it is instead of a Core i7, it's using the new Core M processor. So what's the difference? The new Core M processor, it base clocks a lot lower than the i7, but it's able to turbo boost all the way up to what the i7 can turbo boost up to. So they can both achieve a 2.6 gigahertz under stress.
Wow.
The big difference, the i7 takes 14.8 watts of power, this takes 4.2 watts of power. It's on a 14 nanometer die, which means that its processor is about that big. It achieves a full 9-hour battery life because of that. Even under work, this computer will achieve 9 hours because it's got a Core M in it. It uses a fraction of the power that the old processors use. It uses almost no power at all. It's scary to think about.
Everything's about energy efficiency nowadays, so...
It's also that's
awesome. I love that.
So it flips into a tablet.
Yeah, it's way cool. Does it detach too, or just flip?
This is my detacher.
Oh, that's the one that detaches.
That's the one that detaches, yep. And this one's powered by an Intel Atom, which is a lot like the Core M, except for it just doesn't clock as high, so it's a little bit more... power-wise, it's a little bit more efficient. Not much, but it's a lot less powerful than the Core M. Perfect for a tablet, though, especially somebody on a budget. I mean, Intel processor for $349. It's running a full Windows 8 operating system. Oh, somebody froze it, looks like. No, I just can't click, apparently. There we go. So it's running a full version of Windows 8 underneath that little demo software that I've got, which is, I mean,
I think you accidentally clicked on something.
I must
That'd
have.
be loading.
Yep. Oh no, it's just trying to go back into my demo software.
Oh, I gotcha.
It doesn't like me exiting that, but I have to be able to show you. And then this is something new that they're doing with the Atom. So that one's a full-blown computer. It runs everything. It's like a Surface Pro, just a lot cheaper. This guy right here is literally just an Android tablet, but it's running an Atom Intel processor. So compared to like an NVIDIA Tegra, which is what 90% of all of the other tablets are using out there, this thing's smoking fast. This is Acer's new tablet, and I am dying to get one. Because for $159, it's a tablet that literally blows the socks off of a lot of the Android tablets that are out there, and even holds its own against the iPad, which is, you know, a big zone to be in. The
most
iPad
of them,
competitor.
most of them cost more than that, and they're not even close to the specs either.
Right.
It's awesome.
Now this one's close to that one as far as how cool it is. This is a virtual reality or an augmented reality demonstration.
Okay.
So here we have this nice little Mars Escape looking rock. I'm going to put my phone here just so I can demonstrate to you what it really does. So I pick up the tablet and I click play. You are welcome to play this yourself. It kind of tells you, first you're going to select your rover. Your mission is to collect the power pods so that you can escape Mars because there's a big asteroid coming down. So this is my favorite rover because it goes up the hill the easiest. Once it loads, it kind of tells you about, you've got 60 seconds, you've got a minute to escape. That's your joystick. This is your power meter. You're trying to get that full. Reds are bad. Yellows only do a little bit of power. Twice the power with the greens and 3 times the power with the blues. Right now I'm just looking down. As soon as I align those bay doors, the game starts. So the idea is to be able to take something physical and digitally amplify an image over the top of it. Wow.
That's amazing.
It is awesome. I love this game.
So could you set any object on there and...
Yeah, and it sees it. Oh, I got hit. Let's see, right over here. Try to get a chance to drive over my phone.
I can't even fathom the technology that's gone into making something like this.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. And, you know, games are cool, but the idea is more around, imagine in the future when you're remodeling your home and you don't have to actually remodel it before you figure out what it's going to look like. Hey, I want to know what it's going to look like to put a couch right there. Flip your tablet over, look at it. Boom, there's my couch without actually having to put it there. Which is the main idea behind that.
Yeah.
And then there is the Neo, which is probably the most interactive demonstration I've got. It's more to show what you can do with a 2-in-1 computer, how versatile they are, and also the power of Intel. So running this is a very, very powerful Intel server because everything in here is a layer. So Neo actually did an exclusive song for Best Buy and Intel. It'll be available to the public in January. So if I touch here, this computer is set to tablet mode, that computer is set to laptop mode. So this person will be the DJ in control of the sound effects, whereas this person over here is in control of all of the lighting. So I'll put it together so we can do both at the same time.
So as far as someone enjoying something like this at their home, what would they have to? What kind of setup would they need?
Well, if they wanted to enjoy this exact setup, that would be very expensive. The main idea behind it is that the sound processing that's actually being done is going through this computer, and the light processing is going through this computer. So while I control these lights on the back here, all of those lights are being processed on this computer, which is communicating to the server. And then on this computer, it handles all of the sound.
Oh, so there's all kinds of possibilities, isn't there? It's almost like having a mixer and being able to control all the lights and background and everything at the same time.
Precisely. And Intel kind of wants to show off the fact that this wouldn't be possible without the power of Intel running.
Oh, no kidding.
I mean, the Intel server is unheard of. That's what's handling all 4K effects. But these are handling the sound processing and the light processing, and that's just on Core i5s. Just on simple little Core i5s, which is a fairly cheap thing. Now here's where things get really interesting. If I take the lights and I flip it into a laptop as well, in a second here it'll give me a little prompt and tell me someone's already the DJ. So we can't have two DJs, so instead I'll control the crowd now. So now it's taking care of the lights. And if I hold here, get a confetti effect over the crowd.
Oh, wow.
Or I can do the fog machines. Once it goes away from him, got the fog over the crowd.
So you can virtually create your own music video if you want.
Exactly. If I tap that guy right there, the crowd gets very excited.
That's incredible.
It is very incredible what can be done with both the power of Intel and the power of a flipping computer. I mean, the versatility on these guys. I didn't think much of it when they first came out. I thought, yeah, that's a great idea. I never know exactly how I'd use a computer that portable. Until Intel said to me, hey, we want you to show how proud you are. So they gave us services. And I love it. So that right there is a full-blown computer. It's a tablet. The keyboard even comes apart. But it's running a full version of Windows 8, and it's running a Core i5 processor. This tablet is as powerful as that laptop right there. I can do everything on this that I can do on that. No problem at all. 10-hour battery life. Backlit keyboard. And it's that small.
That's amazing.
Pretty impressive stuff.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
It was definitely worth coming in. And I've been royally impressed. I mean, me and my wife go a lot of travel all over the place, all over the country, to film things, to meet people, and I've never seen anything like this. So
Intel's idea behind it was and this zone will change every 3 months. If you want to come back, it will be different in a couple of months. We'll have all sorts of new demonstrations for you. And the idea behind it was, you know, there's that really big CES conference that shows the world all of the nice new technology that comes out that you can play around with, but only a few thousand people get to go. And Intel wants the rest of the world to know, hey, look, this stuff's here. You can get a 3D printer for $1,000. You can get a computer that turns into a tablet or turns back into a laptop at any point in time. It's here, it's ready. So they thought, well, let's team with a company like Best Buy, and let's put CES everywhere. So here we are. Your own little taste of CES.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Glad
Been
you
great.
could come in.